Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Rivera. I'm going to explain what to do for the activity A Boy Called Bat, and these are based on chapters 11 to 15. So as you're watching this video, which is the first direction, I should put number 1, right? And number 2, you're going to read the chapters. My suggestion is to read one chapter at a time and then do the activity so that you don't forget about the chapter, because each activity is separated by chapter. So you might want to read chapter 11 and then do the chapter 11 activity, and then read chapter 12 and then do the chapter 12 activity. That might be a better idea. If you want to listen to the story, I have the links for each chapter. So, like, for example, if you want to read chapter 11 and listen to me read it to you, you can click on the link and it will bring you to my page. This is chapter 11, okay? And you just press play and it will play for you.
Everyone, it's Mrs. Rivera. I'm going to read you.
Okay? If you want to read it yourself, you can go to getepic.com and you just have to put in the search bar after you log in and everything. Hold on, you would type up here A Boy Called Bat, and here's the story. Okay, so you could do it that way also if you don't want to listen to me read it. Okay, so let me explain the activities. Chapter 11 is called Apartment 2A. And the first thing on every chapter is I want you to look up some vocabulary words because they will help you understand words that you might not know in the story. So in chapter 11 there are two words that I want you to define. One of them is admired and the other one is treadmill. So if you don't know the meaning of the word, which you might not, you're going to go to dictionary.com. The link is there for you. You're going to type admired or whatever your word is. And then it tells you some definitions, and you want to pick one that you understand. So, like this one says, oh, to feel admiration, but they're still using the word admired in there, which I don't like. How about this? To take pleasure, to like, or desire. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go back and I could say to like or desire. And that's it. And then you'll do the next one. So you kind of have to read through the definitions to figure out what the meanings are and what make the most sense, because you don't want to put a definition that you still don't understand, because then there's no point in doing that. So this one says, at the beginning of the chapter, we find out about Bat's name. Bixby came from his mother's last name before she got married, and Alexander came from his father's own middle name. Is there a story behind your name? If not, make one up. Make a little story about your name, what you think, and where you think it came from. Okay? So I put mine in here, and I forgot to indent. This is my story about my name, so I just put my example here. I said, my first name is Kerry. My mom spelled it that way because she said if she spelled it Kerri, it looked like it wasn't finished, so she added the E to the end. She said she heard the name on TV and always liked it. My middle name is Anne. That is my grandma's first name and my mom's middle name. So my middle name is very special. That's how I got my name. Now, you might not know how you got your name, so like I said, you could always make it up if you don't. But you're going to type your response here, okay, where the red is. Chapter 12 is called Finally. You're going to do the vocabulary, look up the vocabulary words, and that's it for that one. Chapter 13, you're going to do the vocabulary, and then it says, Janie has some great reasons for suggesting that Thor is a great name for the skunk kit. What were her reasons? So you're going to write the reasons why Thor is a good name. And she says it in the book, so you might have to go back into the story to find them. Chapter 14, you have your vocabulary, and then it says, what's the important part of this chapter? And why is it so important? So this should be at least 2 sentences because there are two questions there. Chapter 15, vocabulary, and it says Bat tells lots of facts about skunks. What are some things from the story that you can teach us about skunks? So you might have to go back to this one too, and you're going to teach us a little bit about skunks. He puts a lot of information about skunks in there. You just pick your favorite, and that's it. So if you need help with this, ask me. I could always go on a Google Meet with you, or we can work on this together. But if you need help, let me know. Okay? And that's your activity.